Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Marky Picks. And today I got the NFL Prize Picks player props for you, plus a couple game picks for Sunday. Um, if you are joining us for the very first time, welcome to the channel. I drop free NFL Prize Picks props on a daily basis. So, again, if you guys are interested in that, I do that on a daily basis, along with a variety of sports, including NBA, you know, really all the major sports that come around college football. So if you guys are interested, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on. Also like the video while you're at it. It really helps me out a ton. I really do appreciate all your support on these videos. So let's go ahead and cash out this NFL Sunday. If you guys remember last week, if you tailed this slit last week that I posted, we went 5-1. We tripped up by one little point here because James Cook couldn't score a touchdown, or we would have went 6 for 6 on the slip. So again, we're gonna ride this NFL momentum that we got into today's picks. I think we got some solid little edges here for this Sunday, so I'm really excited to get these picks out to you and hopefully take down that 6 for 6 here today. So let's go ahead and jump into the game picks for this Sunday. I'm kicking it off here with the Jets plus 2.5. We're the money line here. Jets are at home for this game, taking on the Cleveland Browns. And the Jets did just trade a couple of their, big safety pieces on defense. So their defense is going to be a little bit, weak for this game. But I mean, they're playing the Browns. That's not going to matter. The Browns are terrible. Dylan Gabriel is going to be the quarterback for this game. I don't think people like him in the organization. I don't think he's going to be the future of the Browns, franchise. I think they're just going to roll with him for the time being and see what he can do in the reps that he's given. But I just don't think long term he's going to be the guy for the Browns. And you're playing a Jets team here that's just coming off a big time, comeback victory against the Bengals. Both these teams are coming off a bye week as well, so they're both going to be pretty, rested and ready to go. But this is a Jets team that, like I just said, coming off a big win. I think they come here to their home crowd. Their home crowd's going to be a little bit, motivated, energized after that big win. Um, and these are just two bad football teams. I'm going to take the home team here every single time here. So I do like the Jets here. Buccaneers and Patriots over 48.5. These are two quarterbacks that have really been, moving the ball so far this year. They're both, big play type of guys. And I just think in this game, it's being played in Tampa. It's going to be nice weather, hot weather, no wind. I just expect lots of points to be scored in this game. Both these quarterbacks are pretty good slingers, and I just expect this to be lots of points to be scored. So 48.5 points seems pretty low when I was looking at the total. Both these defenses have been strong, but again, I just think both these quarterbacks are going to outplay each other's defenses in this game. So I do like the over here. Bears and Giants under 46.5. I was checking the weather out for this game, and it's supposed to be pretty bad weather from what I saw. I saw the winds are supposed to be up like upwards of 20 miles an hour for the majority of this game, and I also see there's gonna be like a chance for a little bit of snow flurries as well. That's not gonna help the scoring out in this game at all. I mean, the snow flurries, that's one thing, but the wind, that's a really really big deal, especially for moving the ball, big plays down the field. So 46.5 points seems like a lot. As long as the weather that I saw is gonna hold up, I don't see the points being scored in this game because these are two teams that really you know kind of play similar play styles. They're both gonna want to run the ball and play some defense, and I just really think this is a good under here. As long as that weather does hold up. As right now, what I checked, it seemed like it's be pretty bad weather here. So Chargers and Steelers over 44.5. Sunday night football here, and these are two quarterbacks here, and Justin Herbert and Aaron Rodgers that they're going to be ready for this moment here, prime time. They're both very solid players when it comes to prime time games, and I just think 44.5 points is a pretty low total, especially since the Steelers' defense, has been like very bad. They give up so many points to everybody, and the Chargers, while last year they had like one of the top defenses in the NFL, this year they haven't really been like that. So I like the chances to score points in this game. 44.5 points seems like a pretty low number, so I do like the over in this Sunday night football game. So let's go ahead and jump into the bread and butter of these videos here, the PrizePicks player props here. So here's the first player prop that I got for you guys here for this Sunday. We're kicking it off here. Dylan Gabriel under 184.5 passing yards, and I got him at 135.3. So, like I just said, the Jets, they're going to be without, a couple of their, big time, defensive backs. Um, but again, this is a guy in Dylan Gabriel that, he really hasn't had like a breakout game yet. I mean, he had one game this year where he had like 219 passing yards. That's his most passing yards he's had in the season. He had another one where he got like 190, but for the most part, he's staying like in the hundreds, and not really, touching this line. So I just think this is a spot here where this number is just a little bit too high. 184 and a half passing yards against this Jets defense that, is missing some guys, but I do expect this game to be pretty low scoring. I mean, the total is only 37 and a half points, one of the lowest totals on the slate. So they're expecting scoring to be limited here. If that's the case, Dylan Gabriel is not going to be a big part of it because Quinshon Judkins, he is definitely the bright spot of this team. I mean, he's been phenomenal this year. He's one of the top running backs in the league right now, just being a rookie. So, yeah, he's got definitely, big potential for this Browns team. That's one of their bright spots that they have on this team for the future. Can he stay healthy? That's going to be the question. So, again, I think if the Browns have success here, it's going to be on the ground and not through the air. I do think Dylan Gabriel can make a couple big passing plays in this game, but I just don't think that they're going to look to throw the ball a lot. I think this game stays pretty low scoring. I mean, again, I could easily see this game staying in the teens in scoring for both teams. So, again, really do like this pick. I just feel like this is a pretty good, number to get Dylan Gabriel at. I do think this number actually does start dropping. Because I believe this line did open up at like 174, 175. It did really jump up to 184 right now. If this line does start dropping again, I'd probably look something else. So if you guys want another pivot option, go ahead and join the free Discord, and I can point you guys in another direction if you guys want another full 6-pick slip, or you can just take the ones that are similar lines, the lines that haven't moved yet. So you get great edges on these lines. So pick number 2 now. We got Matthew Stafford under 273.5 passing yards, and I got him at 257. We got the Rams taking on the 49ers here. Rams are playing at San Francisco for this game. And I just think this is a spot where, okay, I understand it. Matthew Stafford just played the 49ers, like a couple weeks ago, and he threw for 389 yards. Okay? So, I'm not going to read too much into that, okay? Because if you look at his career numbers against the 49ers, over his last 5 games, he's only gone over this number one time out of those, last 5 games. So, he's averaging right around 260 passing yards in his career against the 49ers. I mean, I just think that game this year was a little bit fluky, I mean, Stafford has been a guy this year that's just really been, putting up big time numbers. I just expect it to be a little bit, condensed in this game. I think the 49ers, after that big game they just had, I think they got to make some adjustments. And I do think they make some adjustments in this game, especially with them being at home for this game versus the road. I think the 49ers have a better game plan against Stafford here, make things a little bit tougher for him. And I do like their chances, on offense in this game for the 49ers side of things. I think the 49ers can run the clock a little bit with McCaffrey, and that limits some of Stafford's chances in this game. But, yeah, I mean, he's definitely capable. It's probably one of our riskiest picks. So take it with caution. But I do think that the 49ers have a way better game plan than what Stafford just faced, a few weeks ago. So I do like the under here. So here's pick number 3. Got Caleb Williams over 17.5 rushing yards, and I got him at 27.4. So again, I already stated about the weather situation for this game. It's supposed to be very windy, upwards of 20 miles an hour winds, and probably some snow flurries involved. So, and this is a guy, Caleb Williams, that's been running a whole lot this year at quarterback. Just his last 2 games, for example, he's gotten 53 rushing yards last game. And 2 games ago, he got 23 rushing yards. He didn't really get a lot of rushing yards in that, past 5 games before those 2. But the first couple games of the season, he also had some big rushing games. He just didn't have big rushing games in the middle part of the season. But last 2 games look very promising. And this is a Giants team here that's, been getting gashed by rushing quarterbacks this year. So I do think Caleb Williams, 17.5 points. I mean, 17.5 yards just seems very, reduced for this kind of spots. I just think he's very capable of get around, three to five rushing attempts. I just think in those attempts, he's easily going to be able to find ways to get over this line. So in a game that's going to be windy, I definitely think that boosts his line, actually. I'm really surprised if it stays at 17.5. Depending on what the weather situation does, I mean, it could change. But as of right now, I'm playing the weather here, and the weather is telling me to go on the ground here. So give me Caleb Williams over 17.5 rushing yards here. Jumping into pick number 4, we got Chuba Hubbard over 22.5 rushing yards, and I got him at 26. So we got the Panthers taking on the Saints here. Panthers are at home for this game, and the Panthers are 5.5-point favorites here. Another low total as well, 37.5 points. Not a lot of points here. Again, they're not really expecting the Saints to score like over 10 points in this game. Really, so I just really expect this to be a spot here where the Panthers are going to be, just pounding the ground here in this game. I think they have two running backs here, Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, both very capable running backs. Rico Dowdle is the lead back, so I'm taking the backup running back here in Chuba Hubbard to go over. But this is a guy in Chuba Hubbard that has been really like an all-star in the league for some time. But ever since, once Chuba Hubbard got injured early on in the season, Rico Dowdle had those, breakout games where he just ran for like over 100 yards in every single one. And he's really taken over that lead back, but Chuba Hubbard's still a capable guy. And I think I can easily see this game being that type of game where, both running backs get upwards of 10 carries. I expect Dowdle, he can get around, 15 to 20 carries. But Chuba Hubbard, he's going to get at least 6 to 7 carries in this game, at least. I can easily see that spiking in this game, considering that the Panthers love to run the ball anyway. They're not going to, throw the ball a ton with Bryce Young back there in a game that they're supposed to be leading throughout the whole way. And, again, this line also opened up at like 35.5, I believe. It dropped way down. So I think the public was taking the under when it first came out. That's why this line dropped so much. I'm going to go against the public here. I think the public is thinking that, Chuba Hubbard isn't going to be a primary part of this offense. I beg to differ because just 2 weeks ago, the Panthers played, I think, the Jets, and they won 13-6 in that game. Rico Dowdle had 17 carries in that game, and Chuba Hubbard had like 13 or 14 carries in that game. So in a competitive game that's low scoring, both of these backs are going to be involved. They're just going to be involved. So 22.5 rushing yards is not a lot of rushing yards, and a guy like Chuba Hubbard, he's very capable of just breaking this line. So I really do love this pick here. One of my favorite picks of the whole slip. So here's the next one, pick number 5. We got Corey Krosky-Merritt over 36.5 rushing yards. I got him at 45.1. So this is another one that's similar to Chuba Hubbard. This line actually opened up at like 45.5. It has since dropped down. I wouldn't have played it at 45.5, but since we're getting it at 36.5, I got him rejected right around 45, which was the original opening line for this prop. I just think, in a situation where the Commanders are going to be without, Jane Daniels, yeah, Mariota's a quarterback. I do think they're going to run the ball a little bit more in this game than they have usually been. The Lions, they have been a pretty strong rushing defense, and the Lions are at home, so take that with take that information. But I just can't really fathom Corey Krosky-Merritt not getting over 36.5 rushing yards. I mean, it just seems really light for this kind of game. I get it. The Commanders are going to be trailing throughout the whole way. I mean, they're big underdogs. I think there's like I think they're 7.5-point underdogs. So a good amount. Not too crazy, but still, they're not expecting the Commanders to be competitive in this game. So that probably could limit some of his rushing chances. But I just think Corey Krosky-Merritt, he needs one of those breakout games. He hasn't had one since he played the Chargers, where he went off. He's been kind of getting around, 40 to 50 yards a game since that game, which is still enough to clear his line. I mean, 36.5 rushing yards. I mean, you don't really need a whole lot. I mean, these last 2 picks here, they're low numbers, but I mean, I just think they're too low. Yeah, I just really think they're too low. So I really do like Corey Krosky-Merritt here. Also, one of my favorite picks of this whole slip here. I just really think he's going to get enough touches here. I'm expecting him to get at least 9 carries in this game. And, 9 carries for 45 yards seems pretty reasonable to me, in my opinion. So, yeah, I do like Corey Krosky-Merritt here. Last pick of the slip. If we survive all these picks, We're going to be sweating out Sunday Night Football because I got Keenan Allen over 41.5 receiving yards, and I got him at 48.5. So, again, Chargers and the Steelers. And this guy, Keenan Allen, he just fits with this Chargers team, man. I mean, I know he had that, I think 1 year run with the Chicago Bears last year, and he didn't really do anything on the Bears. I mean, I think that had something to do with Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams wasn't really, understanding, NFL offense, wasn't able to get him the ball enough. But he went back to the Chargers this year, and yeah, he's back to cooking like he once was. Um, he's one of the top receivers on this roster, and I just don't understand why this line's 41.5. They're playing a Steelers team that again gets destroyed by like they get destroyed by like every good receiver they play against. If you go through the game logs, every top receiver that the Steelers face, they're getting destroyed. So I expect this to be another situation where Keenan Allen, 41.5 receiving yards isn't even that big of a number. I mean, this is a very capable receiver here. He's actually averaging like 80 receiving yards on this season, but I know that's a little bit inflated because he had some injuries and he got some more volume in some games. But I just expect this to be a spot where Keenan Allen's going to be that kind of guy where he's just going to eat. I think he's going to eat in this game. I think there's points scored in this game a lot by both teams. So competitive game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored, lots of yards, lots of big plays. Keenan Allen's going to be a big part of some of those big plays. So Sunday Night Football, give me Keenan Allen to cash out this 6 for 6. So that's going to do it for this PrizePicks Slate. If you guys enjoyed it, real quick, smash the like and subscribe button. Really helps me out a ton. I really do appreciate all your support in these videos. I drop free daily picks just for you guys, and hopefully get free wins on a daily basis. And yeah, we have some cold spells in here and there, but that's going to happen every now and then. But my goal is to limit those cold spells, and hopefully we can end one of those cold spells here today with a nice little win here on Sunday. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.